What is up? It's your boy, the Canologist. We're back with another episode of Code Study Sesh and OSRS AFK training. We got to get through this auth portion of the login for this endpoint here. API CFG. Then I go back. It says we've added this query, the updated query to the users queue. So if we go back to our files and check, we added the non-text null default unset, and we added for passwords, where is it? Not chirps, users. Yeah, there it is. It was just up to email before, and now we're adding the hash passwords. We have the placeholder object, and then get user by email. We use this placeholder here. That's how you do it in Golang SQLC. We have to update create user. Handler create user. HP is the hash password. Okay, could not hash password. It's another internal server error, so we'll just take this exact same line. And then paste that there, and then we have to add, I think, the password to the bottom, or no? I already added this password item up here. And only if the password actually matches, like hash password, then it will, allow you to get a user created response. You have to create a password with it. It doesn't respond with the password in the user because we don't want to expose it. So we just leave everything else as is. Then we go to handle create function. Handler login. What's the deal here? Handler login takes the same thing. So login parameters. It's pretty much going to be the same as create user. Create user params takes an email password. Login also takes an email and password. It's all kind of the same. You have to map to some sort of object here or structure. Body, user ID. One creates the password, one has to validate the password. So handler login goes type, login params, and then we'll go email string. Email password, then we have to map this to some sort of thing. So we go login. It's pretty much going to be identical to the create user. That's why we can just look here. I can just scroll up to create user. What did I do here? Param create user, so login. Our body, and then decode. So now that we have new decoder, we want to decode and place this decoded item back into the address of P. Then error, it'll be some sort of respond with error. So all I have to do is look for something else that has a respond with error. Status bad request. Well, let's just go to the create user. Invalid JSON. Then we go API config get user by email, so pretty much the same thing. Create user, where's the email? API queries create user. It's good. This is going to be get user. So this is going to be get user. Get user by email is the new value. So all you have to do is check like what you have. So it's going to be API CFG. There you go, U here. So let's just follow that. U error. Get user by email. What do they do here? Our context probably email. Or this is just, yeah, our context p email. Dude, it's exactly the way the other function is. It's just like repeats of the same thing, kind of. We have to go capital case email because that's how it is here. And then let's guess if error what do they use for the error here for the email? Status not found. Status unauthorized. Okay. Let's take that. Technically it would be a status not found, but I would go status unauthorized for the password, but not for the email. I would think that would be status not found. Because if anything, you're indexing with the email. Because that's supposed to be a unique character according to your schema. Like over here, if you go to your schema, text not null unique. So that's why it's, to me, I don't know why they would do status not found. Or then it's going to be check password hash. Check password hash p dot password u dot hash password. Okay, so it takes the string password, p.password from here, from the request, and compares it to the database password, because this is where the queries are. Auth hash password u dot and then response will be the same user response from here. So we go back to, oh shit, we're already done this inventory. User response, handle create user. String created at, updated at, email. Although we just go status created to status okay. So that's the only thing that changes here. So we just reuse a bunch of code. If that's the case, yeah, it's just pretty much another version of create. Create actually sets up the password while this checks whether it's true. That's why when we go back to create user, you'll see that there's a hash password. Hash password creates the hash, and then login just checks the hash. So that's why it's almost going to be identical to this function. In terms of how it's used, it's just the syntax is really different for Golang. Which is why I wish they kind of like built us up to the point where we could do it ourselves, like without having to, because like right now when you do it this way, it's kind of patchy. Like you're focusing on the concept, so you don't really get to do it the Golang way, right? You're kind of trying to understand how to do auth while learning the Golang way, and it's like that's a lot at once. So yeah, my only critique for this lesson would be that, like, I wish they kind of gave us the pre-knowledge to do this without having to, because they don't teach us how to do that in anywhere in the course, like how to create these different schemas and do stuff like this. It's very basic in this course, so like I wish they went deeper into that. That way we could get more out of it, like the actual work being done. Go. Internal is not in here. Chirpy server internal. Chirpy server. Okay, we'll figure this part out right now by just pasting it into boots. So I'll say this is the error. This is the code. When the music starts to die down, you know that you're about to log out soon. That's like my tell. Control V. Okay, what's boot saying? Fix the error, fix the auth package, expected package found import means your file starts with an import. Oh, I have to create package auth at the top. Make sure it begins with package auth. Okay, so if I go back to, this is database created by thing, this is auth, oh it's import, it's got to have package auth at the top. Remove the bad. I'm not sure what that means though. Oh, because right now it's got internal auth. But that shouldn't mean anything. It should just do everything on its own. Like right now this chirpy server internal auth should be used here. There should be nothing wrong with that. It takes the last item of there. So what I'll do is, because if you look here, database is also another one. So Control F. database. You see how it's like database new? I could just use database because it's the last portion of that URL according to the package. So let's try it again. (18.2). Oh, internal. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this. That makes sense to me. No required module provides package to add it. Go get golang bcrypt. Okay, so we have to actually import this. Declared and not used HP. You just gotta read the error from the terminal and then just fucking... These are compile time errors, so... Declared and not used. Cannot use p email. UUU. HTTP. Hash password. This is line 91. Declared and not used. P password hash auth hash password. 97 cannot use p email. Why can't I use p email? Create user params, has email. Context, arg user params, arg email, hash password. So let's put these guys in there. I don't know why. Everything looks correct. SQLC generated a param struct fixed to spots. Handler create user. Use the params struct and the hash password. What am I not doing here? One sec, let's go back to this. Handler create user. Hash password. Okay, let's figure that out. What's the time? We're at 25 minutes, so. HP auth user password. Where? HP error p password here. Create user params. Create user params. Create user. Yeah, this stays the exact same. What about this create user? Error API config queries, our context. Oh, database, our context database. Email and password, okay. That changes things. So instead of passing one field, we pass the whole thing. Instead of passing one field, we pass it all. See, this makes sense. Because we created an item with 2, but does that mean we have to now do that elsewhere? Well, it removes the declared and not used. That should also be the case here, no? Oh wait, but we do use p-password to validate on 2 separate items. Whereas that did one check. Technically I could do the same thing here. Like I could do that. Oh no, but it's not create user login params. I'm not creating a user. This one I'm actually getting the user. So this is a get user by email, so I have to kind of do it this way. So you can't just copy paste between the two. I think that's it. Okay, so let's try running it. You just gotta keep building. Oh yeah, you just gotta keep building until all the errors are gone. $401. Okay, 401. This is incorrect email or password. 500 where there's a 201 and 200. So it's like partially working. API users created ad, updated ad, better call Saul. Database error. Column hashed password. Users does not exist. Ensure the migration file exists and is correct. Okay, it should be. This is it. If not exist. Not null default. Hash password. Yeah, I already have it. Oh, add the missing semicolon. That's why. Motherfuck. That was the reason why it failed. Literally. Literally. There's probably a semicolon. The entire reason the program didn't work. So let's go back. No errors. 41401. Incorrect. I think we should finish this in this episode, even though we're at 31 minutes. I want to go and finish it because, like, by the time this is done, it should be done too. This is the code. Add table, add drop. Oh my gosh, tell me that's this fucking indent isn't the reason. Please tell me that's not the reason. No, it's not. Okay, so let's go. The code is running fine now. The database schema isn't. Your running DB doesn't have the hash password column. To verify this, it should be in the SQL schema. Now make sure that the latest migration ensure your migrations are on disk are ordered. Clean reset simplest. Keep users SQL with hash power. Remove passwords. Simplest. Already creates user with a hash password column. This whole thing is set to do that, so let's this was the original column. And we'll do it that way because this is a new migration, so it's supposed to do that. $401. Oh, okay, no, it's not still. I'll probably have to paste this on the forum and see what's going on that's incorrect with it, but till then, we'll wait till the next one. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna have to get some help on this because it's not completely clear as to why it's not working. So yeah, peace. Technologist out.